I'm Robbie Lynn Hunsinger. I'm an interdisciplinary artist and transmedia performer. The inspiration for this project actually was in collaboration with the Frisk Center. They talked to me about doing something related to the Kandinsky exhibit coming in. And Kandinsky wrote a lot about synesthesia, about how colors and sound go together. And I read a lot of his writings about that and tried to find what would that be visually and what would that be musically. The thing that I found that really anchored me with this particular project is I was fascinated with the idea of interactive light. I just was compelled to try to create something that felt like when you stepped into this color, something happened, and then when you stepped into this color, something else happened. To make this interaction work and to create this responsive environment, I created these long sensors that I invented, basically. And there was a blue one, and a yellow one, and a red one. And I took very specific information and code from those sensors and ran wires from them back to my computer. And then coded that to go into different visual filters and to trigger sounds and to fade sounds louder and to do all of that created the piece. For blue, I actually used basically shots of water and other natural scenes in photography and video. They're very abstracted. The framing makes them very abstracted. What I actually did to create the blue video is that I put it into a program, and in real time I improvised triggering different videos. I must have had 8 videos, and I triggered them to layer on top of each other. And I used multiple English horns, like for the blue, and it just gave that dark, sonorous feel, you know. And I used bowed bass on that to give that, you know, just to try to capture that feeling. And for yellow is very different. Irish whistles. I used very avant-garde techniques on the bass that I sort of made up, just thumping and stuff. I tuned the colors, and then I used software that actually turns the sound into the visuals in real time. So there was a background, but anything that moved was being created in real time by people jumping around and triggering the different sounds in the space. And red was a totally different take on sound to visuals. Got the bass track down, which was thumping, and again, it was real time. It looked a little bit like flame. The sounds themselves created the visuals, and then I tweaked everything to get the shapes I wanted. The thing is, it wasn't alive. It wasn't really the piece until everybody was in there playing with it and experiencing it. What I did was basically created a framework of my own music and my own visuals and my own interactive system that then people could create their own experience with. It was amazing to see people in the project. To see a 5-year-old just playing in there for an hour and a half, you know, and it's like he kept his mom was kind of ready to move on, and he kept going, "I'm going to get water, but I'm coming right back." I had people cartwheeling, and I had people doing gymnastics.
Everyone was almost behaving like a child playing with a light beam, but it was adults playing with a light beam.
Oh my goodness.
It was very exhilarating. I enjoyed it. I was seeing the colors and the sounds and it working together. I thought it was very fascinating.
I really was thrilled to see the cross-section of people. I feel like there really was a connection through the art with all these different people that came through. And they were all ages and races, and just a huge variety of people that responded to it and connected with it. And they created their own artwork with what they did. And if everybody jumped off, everything stopped. But then they would all jump back on. And there's something fascinating to me about that type of engagement. Blue, yellow, red.